Well, it's 4 o'clock. We'll go ahead and call the meeting to order. This is the Board of Adjustment, City of Stephenville, and we have a special meeting today. First off, we'll entertain a citizens' general discussion. Okay. Hearing none, we'll go ahead and I'll ask for a motion to approve the minutes from the September 11, 2025 meeting, please.
I move that we approve the minutes from the September 11th, 2025 meeting.
Thank you very much, JJ. Thank you, Mary. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye, please.
Aye.
All right, none opposed. We'll go ahead and move now to our regular agenda. So, Mr. Killen, if you'd introduce to us application number V8893, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. Just want to remind everyone it's a specially called meeting because of, I guess, an error at the last meeting when we called the meeting to order before we had a quorum, which presented some challenges or concerns about the proceeding with the meeting since we called without a quorum. So just want to take this opportunity to remind the board how not only important it is that we attend the meetings, but we arrive to the meetings on time. These applicants are having to go through the process again because of the error that resulted from a late arrival. So we're going to begin with applicant Walter Latham requesting a variance from 154.21.3C for construction of a carport at 1630 Overhill. This is parcel 29067, block H, lot 14 of the Chamberlain addition. Mr. Latham is requesting the carport to extend into the setback based on GIS imagery and using the Rose Drive as the 50-foot right-of-way. Mr. Latham's carport, based on the dimensions he provided, will protrude from the house towards the property line. The carport, from the measurements that I have on GIS mapping, will completely extend from the home to the property line with a 0-foot setback. And so in your packet, Mr. Latham had provided some sketches, and he had also on one of his documents provided a measurement. And Mr. Latham is using the center point of the street for the setback of his home, and the home is, thank you, Jeff, that's exactly what I'm looking for. He's indicating that it's approximately 25 foot from the street center point, which is what we use to measure the right-of-way, but to measure the setback, you have to go from the property line itself. So setback is determined from the property line. Mr. Latham's carport will not protrude into the right-of-way necessarily, but it will take up the entire setback space, so I want to make that point clear. As you know, we did consider this case at a previous hearing. It did not result in the 4 votes at that time, but again, it was deemed a violation of the Open Meetings Act, so we're reconsidering tonight. Mr. Latham has provided some documents for your consideration, including some pictures. There were 2 letters submitted. One was from a realtor representing that the carport for this home, in their opinion, would not have a negative impact on the property values. And they made reference to how well kept Mr. Latham's property is, which is obvious from the picture he submitted. And then we had 1 letter of opposition. And I believe the letter of opposition may have led to a statement that if they had concern that it would impact their neighborhood values in a negative way. So with that, we'd like to offer to answer any questions to the board, and thank you for your time.
Does the board have any questions for Mr. Killen? All right. Any questions for Mr. Latham? If you would please just introduce yourself, and then if you want to speak to the application again, just for a few minutes?
Very
I'd be
well.
happy to hear.
Yeah, I'm Walter Latham, and yeah, most of the information that determined my specs on this thing was determined by the two previously approved carports at the corner of Overhill and Woodland. That determined the 20-foot length of it, just exactly like theirs. It stops 1 foot from the property line. That was determined from surveys. I included a survey, but it's, of course, it doesn't include setback line, but so I'm asking for 20 feet of that 25-foot setback. The house already has 4 feet of it, so, because it's only 21 feet from the home. Now, the determination of the 24-foot width, that is slightly wider than the two previous requests, but still within the 25-foot restriction I think I read into it. And the purpose of that was illustrated in one of the photographs. I have a sidewalk that is for disability of my wife's, access from the front end. It allows the cars to be parked. That extra 24 feet will cover that sidewalk. So even coming from the garage under the carport, she can go around the vehicle onto that sidewalk and still have clear, access in bad weather. That's the main thing. The photos also included exactly what carport I wanted. The neighbor's carport is what got me fired up about this whole thing. It's the detached carport that just extends over the roof from the corner of the house. That is going to be a mirror image of what I want. It's going to extend over the roof slightly to the very corner of the roof line, and of course cover the vehicles and not be any obstruction. Mine, according to it's illustrated in my photos, it's not going to be quite as obvious. Mine's going to be kind of hidden between some mature trees, but that's secondary. But that's the main thing we're asking for, is that I'm really emphasizing the handicap access for the wife. That's why we had that sidewalk added as soon as we moved in. The realtor that submitted the letter understands that, because I put her through the ringer to find our home, because we bought it off the internet while I was retired in Alabama from the military, and sight unseen. So she had the task of finding a home that was, no more than 2-inch steps and stuff like that. And she did an outstanding job on this one, and we got lucky and grabbed it. So that's all we're asking, is for, additional enhancement to our quality of life here.
Thank
And
you
I think we do fall within the guidelines.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate the addition of the sidewalk photo and the addition of the photo regarding other carports that are very much what you want to do too, and plus your mock-up, kind of the rendering that you've included. So thank you for that additional material.
I learned from my mistakes.
Yeah, well, I appreciate that. Any questions for Mr. Latham? All right, thank you very much. You may have a seat, and we'll go ahead and open up the public hearing. Anybody from the community, other than the two emails, which we've already acknowledged? We have one email from Nicole Pettit, the realtor that Mr. Latham mentioned, and also there's an email from Jean and Karen Percy. This email is the one that Mr. Latham referred to, that is against this carport construction variance. And so, anybody else from the community here to speak for or against? Okay, well, these are entered into our record here, and we appreciate it. We'll go ahead and close the public hearing. Do I hear a motion regarding application V8893?
I will move that the board consider approving application V8893.
Thank you. Do I hear a second?
Second.
All right. I heard Mary's. I saw Robert's, but any discussion among the board?
Once again, I want to voice my thanks, like Chair did. Thank you for the pictures that you brought today. That helped us out a lot.
They speak volumes.
They did.
Yeah.
Any other discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign? Okay, passes unanimously. Well, congratulations on that. All right, Mr. Killen, if you'd go ahead and introduce to us application V8826, please.
Mr. Chairman, if you will allow, I'd like to move to V9004.
So is it legally okay to, we'll go ahead and table
Yes, sir.
8826?
We're not I'm asking that we move, just change the order.
Oh, If
temporarily.
that's fine,
So,
that's fine with us.
Yes, sir.
All right, so V9004, please.
Thank you. Applicant Nancy Barnhart is requesting variance from 154-21-3C for construction of carport. This is 906 Park Street, parcel 29984, block 94, lot 3 of the city addition to the city of Stephenville. Ms. Barnhart is requesting a variance for the construction of a 14-by-20 carport and states this will be inside the 25-foot setback, approximately 7 feet from the road. Based on my review of, and using GIS mapping, if approved, the carport will extend, could possibly extend into the city right away. So I just want to make it clear that if the board does recommend approval of this construction of carport, that the applicant understand that it cannot proceed or protrude beyond the property line into the right of way of the street. That point was made at the last meeting and fully understood, and I believe Ms. Barnhart indicated that she could maybe push deeper into the property and avoid coming even close to the property line, and so Ms. Barnhart can share some clarification on that. I understand that Ms. Barnhart has actually started the concrete pour, and so she can maybe help us with showing us on this picture where that concrete begins and how far back it will go on her property line. By GIS mapping, the home is roughly 15 foot from the property line. Without the addition of the carport, the property line is approximately 10 feet from the curb, as previously pointed out. And in your packet, we have a rendering of the carport Ms. Barnhart is wanting to build. The image of her home is the brown one, brown roof on the image. Is that correct, Ms. Barnhart, I believe? And then, again, we've heard this once before. The board at the time recommended approval by unanimous decision. And so he's going to be here to answer any questions if needed. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Any questions for Mr. Killen? All right, thank you. Ms. Barnhart, if you'd go ahead and just introduce yourself, and then if you want to speak to your request
Okay, yeah.
for a few minutes.
Okay, Nancy Barnhart. I've owned the house about 5 years now, and it's been a labor of love, trying to get things done. And this is kind of the last part that I need to get done. And then when I found out I couldn't do what I wanted to do, the recommendation from the board came back and said, just move it up 10 feet, which I did. I put in a concrete pad 10 feet up from where the original concrete pad ended. And so that puts me, I've got, I think, an extra 1.5 feet, 2 foot from the property line. So we're gonna build it like that. So I just went ahead and I repositioned the fence. I did everything so that I can actually use the backyard now, and it's all good. It's all done, except the carport.
Very good. Any questions for Ms. Barnhart? It sounds wonderful, and it sounds like basically there's very little now that is, nothing's gonna go protrude into the,
Right.
beyond the property line for
Right,
sure.
and I had a surveyor come in and they marked it,
Okay.
so there's sticks there for for when we begin construction. We held off on construction, one, because he was busy, and then two, I got the call to say, hey, hope you haven't done anything yet.
Right. All right,
So
very good.
we're ready to start as soon as we get the approval.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
Okay.
Well, thank you for your patience as well. So
Right.
if you'll go ahead and have a seat, I'll open up the public hearing for application number V9004. Is there anyone here from the community to speak for or against this application? All right, hearing none, I'll close the public hearing. Do I hear a motion regarding application V9004 from the board?
I move that we approve application 9004, V9004, with the caveat that the carport not extend into the right-of-way as advised by staff.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Thank you, Robert. All right, I hear a motion and a second, and any discussion on this application? All right, hearing none, I'll go ahead and call the question. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Same sign. All right, so this motion, this application also is approved, passed. All right. So, application V8826 was on our agenda.
He's
Uh,
He's here.
And he's here, come on in. No, we're happy you're here. So, we'll give you a
Perfect
chance to
timing.
catch your breath. Here in just a second, we're gonna ask you to come up to behind the podium there and introduce yourself, but just a second, so. Mr. Kellogg.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. Applicant Danny Phillips representing Richard D. Cohen. It's requesting a variance from 15463D A5, A6, and A7. So you might recall, we have to act on each one of these separately. This is relating to setback requirements for the front, rear, and corner lot respectively at 575 College, which is parcel 30092, block 112, lot 6 of the city addition. Requesting a reduction in the setback to 15 foot for each section. So because this is a corner lot, it would require the full setback on each side of the intersecting streets. So we have two side setbacks and then the intersecting street setbacks. So asking again that we act on each one separately. So for the front setback, normally the front setback would be a 25-foot setback. He's asking for a 10-foot reduction to a 15-foot setback. And so that would be the first one for the board to act on. Be glad to answer any questions. Thank you.
Thank you. So as you all know, what we have to do is just actually treat each one as a separate motion. Yes, they're all connected. And so the first one, though, is a request to reduce the setback from 15 feet, to 10 feet.
25 feet to 15
25
feet.
to 15, a 10-foot reduction. There we go.
For the front setback.
Yes. Mr. Phillips, do you want to come up and speak to this at all? And you're representing Mr. Cohen, so I understand.
Yeah, Don Cohen. What the deal is, he's wanting to build a house on that property, but it's not big enough to build what he needs. And so he's wanting to build a handicap house also. It's gonna require a few extra things, but anyway, basically, we've got a plan drawn now of this size, and we're,
Is it in this packet, that plan that you said you've drawn up? I don't think so.
no,
But you do have a.
we now have a
Yeah.
plan, yes, sir. So,
Very good.
And that plan meets with the minimums that are being asked for here?
I
Or the
think
variance that's being asked for here, is that?
yeah, if I remember right, wasn't it a 40 by 74 dimension that we were asking for?
Sounds correct, Mr.
Um,
Phillips. I don't know that I've personally seen that. Let me see if it's in the packet.
Can you please scroll down? To
I
the-
think that's what
the
we've got
diagrams.
drawn.
I don't know that that's been submitted to us for this particular packet.
No, we haven't. We've got it drawn. We haven't applied for
So,
permit
Mr.
or
Chairman, I
anything
think
yet.
if a point of clarification wanted to be asked, perhaps Mr. Phillips could, I think Mary was maybe alluding to this, just to verify that the footprint of the plan does not protrude beyond the
Beyond
setback
the
that they're requesting,
requested
that
variance.
15-foot,
Yeah.
10-foot reduction.
I've had a lot of numbers go through my mind since then, so I don't remember many. But we may be able to shift back some too, right? I mean, if that lot is long enough, we don't have to take everything from the front. We can go backwards. Is that possible? Because it's not any concern of his to have a backyard.
So, Mr. Chairman, I'm,
Yes.
just to make sure we're not violating
Yeah.
any protocols, I'm gonna speak to the board. I think what we need to do here is act on the 10-foot reductions, because that's what was presented in the application, and that's how it was publicly noticed.
Yes.
And so anything beyond that, I think, could violate the legal notice
Right.
requirements. So tonight, we're going to have to simply act on the 10-foot reductions for each setback
Right.
to 15 foot. And so, I'm not meaning to not answer Mr. Phillips directly, but I am trying to make sure that I
Yeah.
follow the rules of order.
I'm not trying to cause any problems
Understand-
either.
Understand, sir.
That's what I came for.
It's like almost like over competence, you know, sometimes we have to be careful. Yeah, so, very good. All right, well, if you'll have a seat, we will perhaps ask you to come back up and speak to the other two requests, but perhaps not. So, let me just go ahead and open up the public hearing regarding application V 8826, and it's in my agenda, I don't have those specifically.
Yes, sir.
Parts of that. It was A5.
The first one you would be acting on is A5 front setback.
Yeah.
Reducing a 10-foot, asking for a 10-foot reduction to a 15-foot setback.
Okay. So is anyone here from the community to speak for or against this application to reduce the setback by 10 feet? Anybody here for or against? Okay, well, we'll go ahead and close the public hearing on this particular application. Do I hear a motion from the board regarding application V 8826A5?
I move that we approve application B 8826A5.
Do I hear a second?
I'll second it.
Thank you, Robert. Any discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
I hear none opposed. That motion is passed. All right, so then we have 8826A6.
Correct. Mr. Chairman, members of the board, asking for a 10-foot reduction of the rear setback, so he would have a setback of 15 feet under A6.
Thank you. Are there any questions for Mr. Phillips? Okay. I'll go ahead and open up the public hearing for 8826A6. Is there anyone here in the community to speak for or against this application for a variance? No? All right, I'll close the public hearing. Do I hear a motion regarding 8826A6?
Oh, I so move.
All right, do I hear a second?
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion? All right, all in favor of a motion to approve 8826A6, please say aye.
Aye.
Okay, same sign if you disapprove. Okay, that motion also has passed. We will now hear application number V 8826A7, please, Mr. Phillips.
Mr. Chairman, members of the board, same request, a 10-foot reduction in the side setbacks, reducing from 25 feet to 15 feet for both sides at this corner lot. Thank you.
Very good. All right. Any questions for Mr. Phillips? All right, I'll open up the public hearing. Anybody from the community here to speak for or against this application? Hearing none, we'll close the public hearing. And do I hear a motion now regarding V 8826A7, please, from the board?
Also.
Thank you, JJ. I hear a motion. Any second?
Second.
Thank you, Mary. All right. Any discussion? Hearing no discussion, I'll go ahead and call the vote. All in favor of application number B 8826A7 to approve, all say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign? None opposed, all right. So that, application number B 8826A7 has also been approved. All right, well, there's nothing left on the agenda, and I move that we adjourn.
Second.
Nobody usually
Thank
goes
you.
against that. Thank you very much.